What's up, Timmy? This is Coach Matt. I just wanted to give you a final office visit. I hope you can hear this okay. There's a lot of wind blowing out here, but as you can see behind me, where I'm standing in front of has been your home for 3 days a week for the last 5 or 6 weeks. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you that you did a great job yesterday. I know it was your first track meet. I hope it was the first of many. I hope you're going to continue to do it. You have a lot of potential as a runner. You showed some good speed. You showed some good characteristics all season. And I wish the best for you. I hope that you have a really good summer. And if I can give you one tip or one word of advice, listen to everything that your mommy and your daddy tell you to do, okay? Listen, and your coach, okay? I think you saw yesterday the result of hard work, okay? You worked really hard, and the last time you and me talked in the office, so to speak, I told you that it didn't matter. It wasn't important if you finished in first, second, third, fourth. I told you my only goal for you is for you not to finish in last place, and you did not finish in last place, so you won, okay? You won, buddy. You ran against some kids that run a lot of track meets all year long, and that was your first one, and you looked really good doing it, okay? So I want to wrap this up by telling you the importance of listening to your mother and father, okay? I'm going to tell you, and to do that, I'm going to tell you a little story about Coach Matt, okay? When I was a little boy your age, my mother, my father, my grandmother, they bought me this children's Bible, and they told me to read it. They knew that I liked books, and they knew that I liked to read. So they bought me this children's Bible, and I learned about God, and I learned about who the Israelites were, and I learned about all of these neat things. And one of the most important lessons I learned as a little boy was one of the 10 Commandments. And that 10 Commandment one that I learned, or that commandment that I learned that was the most important to me, is honor your mother and father, and your days will be long. Okay? Honor your mother and father, and your days will be long in the land that God gives to you. Okay? All right. So, honor your mother and father, and your days will be long. I remembered that. I wrote it down in my head. I recorded it in my heart, and I never forgot it. That word stayed with me all throughout my life as a little boy, and everything that my mother and father told me to do, even if I didn't want to do it, or if I didn't like it, or I wanted to do something different, I did it because I remembered that God promised to give me long life if I listened and honored my mother and father. Okay? Now, now here's the story part. In 2011, it's windy. In 2011, 2010 and in 2011, Coach Matt had a very, very, very serious physical condition that required me to go to the hospital and to the doctor a lot more than I wanted to. And the doctors told me, they said, Mr. Matt, if you don't do something about this condition, you might die. That's what they told me. But you know what, Timmy? I remembered God's promise to me. And that promise was honor your mother and father, and your days will be long. Okay? Now, I was 37 and on into 38 years old when the doctor gave me that bad news. But I believe God's word over the doctor. Okay? And I know that when God makes a promise, he does not break it. Okay? So, I knew that there was no way I was going to die from the very serious physical condition that I had. I don't want to say very sick, because there was really only one time during that whole year that I was very sick. And I ended up in the hospital for 13 days. And I had to have an operation, okay? So anyway, the moral of the story, Timmy, is I'm still here. I'm still here 9 years later. And I'm here because I remembered from the time I was a little boy that if I honored my mother and father, my days would be long. And so that's why I'm still here, Timmy. So I'm telling you that because I know that you have a lot of ideas and a lot of things and a lot of ways that you want to do things. But you need to understand that your parents are older than you, and they were little like you are today wants themselves, and everything that they tell you to do is for your benefit. Okay, when we're out there, okay, out there on that little place behind me there that you trained so diligently on, Coach Matt, when he's telling you to do something, he's telling you that because it's for your good, and he wants you to do well. And you saw yesterday with how much fun you had at the track meet what happens when you train hard and you practice hard and you do the right things. So that's all I wanted to say to you, Timi. I hope you have a great rest of your summer. I hope to see you again at some point. Coach Matt is very busy. I run a company, so you know I'm often very busy with work. But I want you to know how much myself and Coach Dave thoroughly enjoyed working with you 3 times a week on the track. We had a blast. It wasn't always easy, and life isn't always easy. But I want you to know that we had a really good time working with you, and I had a lot of fun, and I hope you had fun too. So you have fun the rest of your summer, and Coach Matty loves you. I know you like that, okay? So anyway, my friend, you have a good summer. Like I said, do everything your mom and dad tell you to do, and you will go very, very far. And if they tell you to do something, don't talk back, all right? Just do what they tell you to do. And the last thing I'll tell you, Timi, write your mom a letter. If you feel a certain type of way, write her a letter. Mommy's like that. I used to write my mother letters when I was little. I wrote her letters to tell her how much I loved her. I wrote her letters to tell her thank you. I wrote my mom letters all the time to let her know how much I appreciated her. And mothers remember that forever, and they keep those letters sometimes. They hold on to them. So every now and then, just write your mom a letter and tell her how you feel about her, okay? Write your daddy a letter. Run up to your daddy, give him a high five, give him a hug, tell him how much you love him, and you're going to go far, my friend. So thank you, and have a great summer.